Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to NetworkChuck. Sorry about being late today. A lot of moving parts going on. Most important being coffee. I can't skip coffee. I'm sorry. How you guys doing? I hope you have your coffee ready because today we're doing a studio tour. We're going to look at what I have going on here. Most of the angles you see are angles I want you to see. I'm going to show you a bit of behind the scenes. What's going on, everybody? Mr. Scott? No, I was not locked out again, so relax. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Actually, I thought I brought my coffee up here. Today I'm drinking, what am I drinking? That's really good, too. It's my first time trying it. Honduras? Yeah, Honduras. So good today. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so we're going to look at everything I currently use to make videos and what kind of makes the studio look the way it does. In case you don't know, making videos is not easy. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. And also keep in mind, what I'm about to show you, it's been built over time. You can ask my wife, my friends, my family. It took me a long time to build up to this. You know what I started with? I started with my phone. And it was great. It actually worked great. And I just slowly progressed to the point where I'm at now. And I'll probably change in a year. Everything I'm showing you now, if you're watching this a year from now, it'll be different. Coffee, more coffee, man. I need more coffee. So first things first. Let me give you my view over here. Boom. You should be seeing me from the back of the head, which you probably have never seen this view. You're looking at me from the little Star Wars figurine. That's my unified camera, by the way. And I also have a view over here. I know the camera looks bad. It's a security camera. And then I have my phone view over here, which is taking a look at my gaming rig right now. So that's how we're going to be viewing everything today. Let me get back to here real quick. So we'll be meandering around my office and looking at a few things here. Real quick though, this video is sponsored by Path Solutions. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to show you real quick what it looks like. It's this guy right here. It's basically a way to monitor your network and kind of troubleshoot what's broken. So it's really cool. One of the cool things I want to show you is their mapping feature. So you just plug in your stuff, they scan your subnets, go to your network, and you go to your diagram, and it does this really cool popcorn-looking diagram. It's awesome. It's awesome. And one of the highlights of this program is that they find your gremlins. They find all your weird issues. So I'll type it in the chat right now. It's pathsolutions.net. They're the official sponsor of today's video. Check them out. Great company. Anyways, first I'm going to answer the first question, or the question I get the most often, and it's how do I do the drawing on my screen? I get that a lot. I do two things. First, the screen you see behind me, it's actually a tablet screen. Where's my pen? I got a pen. I can draw on it, do all kinds of fun stuff with that. It's mainly where I do my thumbnails. So I use Photoshop to edit my thumbnails, and I do a lot of my drawing here. Recently, though, I've switched, and by the way, I got links below if you want to check them out. Recently, I've been using this Wacom tablet to do drawing. It's fantastic. I just see here, and I draw while looking at the screen. I got this massive ultra-wide monitor. It's fantastic. Let me show you what it looks like. So I'm going, and how I use it is kind of fun. I'll show you behind the scenes here in a moment. But let me switch to that screen, and you're about to see it happen. And you don't even know what's going on. You ready? Drawing on my screen, just like magic. It's cool, right? So basically how I'm doing this, and I'll just bring up my phone real quick. It's Photoshop. It's Photoshop with a green background, and I'm just simply drawing on it. And then my software I'm using to record is just green screening it out. Basically chroma key, luma key, whatever, and taking out the green. So I'm just overlaying it. It's really cool. I enjoy doing it. Now that's how I would do it live. Normally I record just the Photoshop screen, and I would have my camera recording the other angle, and then I edit it and post. Speaking of editing, let me show you what I use to edit. And I'll get into like what this beastly machine is behind me, what computer I use, what monitor I use, and everything else. That's how I do the drawing on screen. I'll show you one of my timelines. A recent video I was working on. Actually, I can't show it to you yet because it's going to be releasing on Thursday or Friday, and it's a secret. But I'll show you what my timeline looks like. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Check this out. This is just like one video. Let me zoom in a bit. It takes a long time for me to edit videos. It's kind of ridiculous. And I think this one video, I've got so many different files doing this, but videos take a lot. And I probably spend about 4, maybe 5 hours editing one video. It's intense. So recap, I use Adobe Premiere Pro for all my editing. I use Photoshop for my thumbnails, and when I do my little designs and stuff, I use Photoshop for a lot of things. I love Photoshop. Let me check the chat, make sure everything's cool, kosher. Okay, Wing Kung, the next CCNA video is coming soon. I apologize for the delay. As you know, I'm having another child, another spawn, and it'll be my 5th, so hoping it's a boy because I already have four girls. Things have been a bit busy. Anyways, we'll keep going. But yeah, so I spend probably, I'll kind of go through my workflow. So I use, I forgot to put this in the link, but my process normally starts with this thing right here. This is my Rocketbook. And I start with just writing down notes. I spend a lot of time studying, looking at my screen, and then once I've kind of written a loose script, then I start recording. And let me show you what my recording environment looks like real quick. And then we'll jump into the PC specs and the random crap I use. But let me show you behind the scenes of kind of how it looks. So what you don't see right here, I've got an Elgato Light that looks right at me. There's the camera. Camera's amazing. It's a Canon Eos R. What's going on, guys? It's a beast. I love it. I got it this year. And then I had this massive studio light right above me. Like, it's really close to my face. Like, you probably can't tell, but it's like right here. That produces the best light. And then right behind me, I've got another light right here. And then I've got another light right there. So there's a lot that goes into creating a studio look and feel. Back to me. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. Need more coffee. Real quick, let's talk about the PC. So my monitor, it's an LG ultra-wide monitor. I love this thing to death. If you don't have an ultra-wide and you can afford it, get one. Totally worth it. Changed my life since I've gotten one. So check it out. I got a link below for that. I got a screen that I put in the link below as well. So check that one out. What I use for this will change your life too. I just need to keep this over here with me. Did I switch? Yeah, okay, cool. This little guy right here, which I do not have a link for yet, but I'll put it in there soon. The Elgato Stream Deck. You can basically program it to be a hotkey for everything. So right now, I'll switch back to my video. I'm looking at you now. Switch back to my phone. Back to Unify. What's going on, guys? I mean, it's crazy powerful. Where'd it go? Okay, cool. Get one of those. It's really, really fun. And of course, I got my my rock thing. I don't know about the science of it, but I do enjoy the look of it. Don't judge me. So then I got this LG monitor. This keyboard, I don't remember what it's called. I've gotten a lot of comments about this. I don't remember what it's called. What is it? It is Cooler Master. It's the Cooler Master keyboard I got from Best Buy. I just wanted a new keyboard. I was at Best Buy, and I picked that one up. That's what I did. So nothing too fancy or crazy. Now, let's talk about the acoustics of my office. So you may know that my office is entirely painted black. I wanted that because it gave me that kind of theater black box feel. I've had studios before where it's like painted white, like a normal house. And it felt kind of, it just didn't feel like a studio. So the first thing I did is I had it painted and just painted it all black, which is awesome. I love it. And then I added a few things. Now, you probably already see one of the main things we added back here, and it's literally just wooden boards that we nailed to the wall, and then we have LED lights, Govee LED lights that can be controlled via Alexa and other things, and I can change it to whatever color I want. It's like, Alexa, change studio wall to yellow. That should work. Really? All the time she hears me. Alexa, change the studio wall to yellow. There it goes. So it's pretty cool. Alexa, change studio wall to blue. Yeah, so it's really fun. I love that. And then notice in between the slats, I have studio foam. And this is acoustic foam that will help with the echoing sounds you hear in your room. So if you're trying to make videos, you're trying to record, and you hear that, it doesn't sound great, that's what I would invest in. So I have a little bit of that behind me, mainly because I have different scenes. Sometimes I'm facing this way, sometimes I'm facing this way. You basically want to have it to where the direction your voice is talking, the acoustics will absorb your voice instead of bouncing back at you and hitting your microphone and all that. So I've got some here. I've got some on my ceiling, right above me. I've got some right behind me. So I got actually an acoustic blanket covering my window. And then I have 2 acoustic panels sitting right there to absorb the voice as I'm talking. And then I have 2 acoustic panels right here. And I've got just some random stuff I've put on the ceiling. I plan to just have it all covered. But for now, that's pretty much all I need, and it does a great job. You can actually do too much sound dampening to make it sound super weird. This one's fine, though. I'm sorry if I'm moving my camera around too quickly. I realize I might be giving you guys some like motion sickness or whatever. And by the way, we'll be doing Q&A after this, so hang tight. So what else? Let's talk about the computer, right? I built this computer in November when my laptop started being stupid. The fan started making weird noise, which is not great when you are recording training videos. So I bought me a new one. So let me adjust my phone. There we go. Now you can see inside my bad boy there. So this is my PC I built. Inside I have a Ryzen 3900X. It is amazing. I love it to death. Let me pull up the specs here. I always forget what I have. You can look at the link below. I went AMD. I love AMD. AMD is killing it. Everyone knows that. My video card, the GeForce RTX 2070 Super. Dude, it can handle everything. Everything. Now, I haven't tried Flight Simulator yet. I know that'll melt it. Everything else is great. I'm live streaming. I'm video editing. I'm photo editing all at the same time, all at once, and it's fantastic. The case is a Fractal Design R5 or whatever. I got that case because it's super quiet. Super, super quiet. As you know, I record videos. I do live streaming. I can't have that thing making noise behind me. Can't have that happening. And that's one of the reasons I did not go with water cooling. I am fan cooling that sucker. I'm using a Noctua fan, CPU fan. If you don't know what Noctua is, they make the best fans in the world, and they're so quiet, it's amazing. I can't hear a thing out of that guy. Sometimes I get worried. I'm like, is my computer okay? He's doing great. He's doing great. So silence. So Noctua fans and that Fractal Design case is perfect. What else on my PC? Yeah, that's pretty much the memory. Good. Nothing special about the memory. Let's see what else I got going on here. So my camera, I got the Canon Eos R, which I just showed you guys. That's my main camera. It's a full frame camera. Love it to death. What I used before, let me actually show you real quick. Let me switch to over here. What's going on, guys? Here it is. So this is the Canon 80D. This is the thing I used for the longest time, or I made most of my videos, and it served me really well. This is actually the one that, you'll see like Casey Neistat and other vloggers having on a Gorilla Pod. And, when I went to Cisco Live, that was me. I was holding it like a vlogger, walking around and videoing everything like a total geek. Because when you go to Cisco Live and you like Cisco stuff, you're a geek. So this is what I used for a long time. It's now kind of collecting dust, literally, because I'm using the Canon EOS R. And this is a great camera. So if you're looking to start, man, this is a great camera to start with. Otherwise, just use your stinking iPhone, because iPhones are fantastic. I mean, you're watching me use this right now, not under the best situation because it's using NDI. I'm not going to get into that, but it's still solid look. It's fine. Oh, the mic. Thank you, the Epic Indian, for, I guess, a good name. Let me tell you. Oh, and let me show you the YouTube play button real quick. I'm going to bring you over to it real quick. Okay, here it is. There's my little bobblehead. That's what I got for reaching 100,000 subscribers. And that bobblehead is something my mom made me for my birthday last year. Anyways, sip of coffee time. In fact, every one of you take a coffee break right now. Microphone. I went through a lot of iterations on microphones. The first one I had for actually not the first one. The first one was a Yeti Snowball. Great, used it for the longest time. Then I upgraded to the Audio Technica 4040, something like that. It's like $70, and that thing was amazing. Like, it had the best audio quality. I got a bunch of people at CBT Nuggets to buy it. I think some people still use it to this day. It's a great microphone. But I was watching Joe Rogan on his podcast, and I saw this baby right here. Heard great things about it. You know what? It's great. I mean, you can tell right now. It's a fantastic microphone. So it's my go-to. It's what I use mainly for everything. When I'm out and about, I have some handhelds. I have some lapels. But when I'm here, this is what I use. I love this thing. Got a link below for that. It runs $300 to $400. It's on a cheap microphone, but it's fantastic. So if you're looking to up the audio quality, get it to a really good place, and you have kind of a golden voice, this will capture it. This will be great. As far as capturing the audio and getting it to where you want it to be, let me show you real quick. I promise I'm not going to try and make you sick again. It's just kind of hard to see. I'm going to bring you around town real quick. So behind there, I've got a Scarlett Focusrite, which turns my audio into a USB interface. I have a cloud lifter, which will actually bring up the volume a bit, because these are it's a dynamic microphone, so they don't have high volume by default. I don't want to make you sick. I'm going to change this real quick. Other than that, did I miss anything? It's probably the crappiest studio tour in the world, right? Let me give you a panoramic view of how the office looks, because I know there's things I'm missing. So let me do that real quick. Bear with me. I'm going to switch to my phone once more. I want to make sure that I don't miss anything. Here we go. Panoramic view. Here's the view. I'm going to yell because my microphone's not working. Here's my desk. Here's my lights going on, everything. Got my studio panels. Camera. I've got a wood wall there that I just nailed wood to it's from a pallet, legit from a pallet. So there's that look. Got my little shelf here with all my goodies. You may remember the hole in my wall that's constantly joked about. It's still here. I don't want to fix it because I kind of like it now. My kids will stick their head through it when I'm working and kind of just yell at me. I got a closet. Well, actually, you haven't seen this wall yet. I'm kind of creating a wall. I'm going to put just random crap up here. This is a working phone connected to Cisco Call Manager. Yep, everything's in working order. Closet with a bunch of random Cisco crap in the ground and some random stuff. And then I plan to write more stuff on there. That's one of my favorite Bible verses. And yeah, this is the office. And someone wanted to see my cable management. It's actually not too bad anymore, and you're making fun of me. It's not that bad, right? Like, there's some cables that are kind of bad. That's not bad. It's not bad. I stand by it. Leave me alone. So yeah, that's the studio. This chair, don't get this chair. This chair, I got it from IKEA, and I'm too lazy to go buy another one, so it is what it is. More coffee. What brand of coffee? The Epic Indian asks. Great question. My brand of coffee. It's actually NetworkChuck coffee. Go to networkchuck.coffee to get you some. Today I'm drinking Honduras, I think. I think that's what I poured today, or Nicaraguan. I'm not sure. But my two favorites so far are this, Honduras, and Ethiopian. Best coffee. I love the medium light roast. Oh, woo, it's so good. Gets me going. Diego asks, any lab servers? That'll have to be another video for another time, because my labbing servers are actually in my closet in a data rack. So this is, I don't keep that stuff in here because obviously that crap's noisy. Fans, I mean, it's white noise in my closet in my bedroom. And here it'd be terrible. So yeah, I've got, you may have seen it before, all kinds of stuff going on. Ubiquity switches, Cisco switches, routers, a couple Dell PowerEdge servers. Yeah, I've got stuff in there. It's a lot. Another video for another time. Did I cover everything? Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. I had some semblance of notes. And I have the majority of the links below if you want to check out what I use. But at the end of the day, there's two things you want to make sure you have when you're creating a video. Most people already have a phone, so you don't have to worry about the camera too much. Upgrade your camera when you're doing well. But if you have a phone, any modern phone, that camera is going to be golden for you. Don't worry about it. The two things you want to focus on the most are your audio and your lighting. Bad lighting makes your video look like crap. Doesn't matter how good your camera is. And then audio, it really comes down to audio. If you're going to invest any money in anything, get a good microphone. And a good microphone can cost as low as $50 to $70, which I know is still a lot of money, but it's not a huge investment when you're thinking about getting into doing YouTube videos or training videos. A lot or a little can go a long way, really. So you don't have to get everything I have to start making videos. This took me a while to get to. And before, I was literally working out of a closet. Legit. My last place, I was in an apartment. I was in a closet on the other side of a bathroom. I'd have to pause recordings when people would use the bathroom and it'd flush, right? And then before that, I was just kind of working in a corner of a room, or I'd have to go around and find places to record. You don't have to have something fancy. Just go for it. Anyways, I'm going to switch to my phone view because look at that fan turning. Isn't that just a beautiful machine? Love that machine. I love this computer so much. I hope it never dies. Could you say hi to my older bro? We have loved you for so long. His name is Anmal. I hope I'm saying it right. Hello, Anmal. How's it going, man? So I'm going to switch to some questions now. So that video, it's not a big studio, right? Hopefully one day I have a large studio where I can do tons of stuff. Now it's good enough. I don't do anything crazy. A lot of the time I'm just in here doing stuff virtually, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll look through a few comments here. Let me pull up my other screen so I can throw some questions up here. I saw some people commenting about the hacking challenge I did on Friday. Or was it Thursday? Man, the days all blend together. The hacking challenge I think went well. If you haven't checked it out, I've got a lab that you're available to go through. I did pick 5 winners. The first 5 winners who actually went through and filled out the form, which I'm not going to tell you about too much because that gives it away. But it's still up if you want to try it. And let me check out. Here we go. Here we go. Of course, I want to get to my super chats first because you guys are paying for it. I'm not sure how serious this one is, but I'm going to throw it up anyway. I think you know what I'm talking about. I do not endorse this, but you're paying for it. So thank you, Lifetime Lead, for the super chat. Hi, Chuck. I'm thinking about becoming a network engineer for a company. Do you think there is a good long-term future there? Knowing humans and their proclivities, yes, no doubt. Probably have a really good future there. That's all I'm going to say about that. We'll move right along. Robert Russell, thank you for the super chat. Said, Chuck, first, thanks for the content. Can you share any YouTube courses or guides you use to help get started? Did you use VRA? I don't know what VRA is. But yeah, Sean Cannell. I've used Sean Cannell, video influencers. I'll tell you, the 2 people I used the most when I first started doing YouTube stuff and doing things like this, Gary V. If you don't know Gary V or Gary Vaynerchuk, just search him. It's I'll give you a link. I don't know why I'm like trying to spell it like a moron here. Gary V is, if you're not used to a lot of cursing, he's a bit rough around the edges in that respect. But his advice, worth his weight in gold. So I'm going to share this stuff to you, and you're probably going to end up watching it all night because he's amazing. And so share the link in the chat just now. Gary Vee is one of the biggest influences on me as far as creating content, branding myself, and doing stuff like this, staying motivated. As far as like general influence on the style of my videos, and when I get a chance to be creative and not just pumping out content, Casey Neistat. I mean, if you don't know who Casey Neistat is, go look him up. Watch his vlogs. They're amazing. He was a big influence. Peter McKinnon, love him. Linus Tech Tips. So a lot of these people I would watch and just get encouraged by. As far as like getting started, Potato Jet, he helped me with like deciding on lighting and cameras. Doing YouTube is no joke. I've spent hours and hours and hours and hours agonizing over how to make stuff look the way I want it to. Part of the problem is that I'm colorblind. Like legit, I'm colorblind. Not that I only see black and white like a dog, but I have a hard time differentiating colors. Like if you show me red and brown, I'm like, that could be red, that could be brown. I don't know. I can't see the difference. It just blends together. Same with blue and purple. Ask me to make an Ethernet cable. Go ahead. Ask me to make one. I'll probably struggle with it because those colors blend together. My brother's the same way. So you can be an IT if you're colorblind. But yeah, deciding how a video looks and making it look good, I struggle with. I'll get my wife in here all the time to help me. Like, hey, does this look good? Because I can't tell. Anyways, yeah. So as far as like getting started, yeah, YouTube is the best way to get started on YouTube is on YouTube, right? And what's his name? The guy who partners with Mr. Beast, what's his name? Daryl Eves. Daryl Eves. He gave me a ton of insight on the YouTube algorithm when I first started. It's probably changed a lot. YouTube is constantly changing, as you know, and probably way different now. But initially, I remember listening to him when my third daughter was being born. We're in the hospital. I remember just holding her, listening to him, and like planning my big ambitious goals. George Ruiz or Jorge Ruiz, thank you for the super chat. I don't see anything in the content of the message, so I'm just going to assume you are just being cool. I want to refresh just to make sure I didn't miss it. And of course, I'll go through any comments I see. So thanks, George Ruiz, and then Sean Johnson. Thank you for the super chat as well. Let me pull off the last super chat, and I'll look through a few just random chats, and we will all just chat here today. How old am I? Says Zuber Carrier. I am 30. I'm turning 31 in about, well, it'll be next month, September 15th. I feel I used to be the youngest guy in the room. I know that's probably not true anymore, but I'm satisfied with where I'm at. So a lot of people, I'm probably young for where I'm at, but age doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You could be 50 right now and just starting. It doesn't matter. You could be 25 and be a senior. It really doesn't matter. It just matters how much hustle you have, how much desire you have. I've worked with people who they were 60 on the help desk. You know, they were happy. They were happy. Find your happiness. Find your joy. Find your why. It doesn't matter where you're at in life. It just matters what your ambitions are. I wish I was in IT at your age, says Aaron Shannon. IT is fun right now. Oh, let's see. I got a question from Sean Taylor. What made you do the move from Twitch to YouTube using Streamlabs, just all in one place? So I don't know if you're asking me the question or not, because hey, Muhammad or Mahmoud, chill out. What pen do I use? I use a Wacom tablet. I'm just answering this question real quick so it doesn't spam. Use Wacom. Comes with the pen. Stop spamming. Anyways, to answer your question, Sean, I do YouTube just because it's where my platform is. I don't do Twitch just because it's not my thing. I don't game, and I mainly talk to my people here on YouTube. I actually don't stream using Streamlabs. I use Streamlabs bots, but I use vMix for streaming. Before that, I used OBS, but vMix is what I mainly use to record my videos and do live stream like this. vMix is a paid software. It's not cheap. I got it because it's more stable. OBS is perfect. I used OBS for years. Majority of people I know use OBS. CBT Nuggets people, they use OBS. I turned them onto it. They were using Camtasia. I'm like, guys, use OBS. And I think all of them use OBS now. All right, let's see. So Look When Me says, what advice would you give to a 14-year-old who's A+ certified and working on Network Plus? Go outside and have fun, play video games. That's what I would say. I admire your hustle. At 14, it's crazy. I mean, we know a lot of young people who are doing this kind of stuff. You'll do really well. I don't know where you're at in the world and what the hiring age is, but if you can get a job on a help desk or a computer repair shop, start doing that immediately. I think right now with A+ and working on Network Plus, maybe once you get your Network Plus, stop. Start getting some experience. And then as you get a bit older, you'll find out what you really want to do, and then work on those more advanced certs, like getting into CCNA, CCNP maybe going further, but you're 14. You want to get work experience is probably your biggest disadvantage right now. You can get the knowledge. You can get crazy knowledge all day. You can get your CCIE by the age of like 18, right? I don't know what the cutoff is, but you can get all the CCNPs and stuff. Your Achilles heel right now is experience. So work on that. And it can be in IT. It can be working at Starbucks. I made a video where I talked about the most valuable skill in IT. Most valuable skill, without a doubt. Customer service, dealing with people, having that on your resume, being able to demonstrate that when you go into an interview. It's a differentiator. It sets you apart. Let's see. The comments are going so quickly. I need to like make it go slower. Oh, great question from Everyday IT Professional. How do I do collab videos with this setup? So I did a video with my brother last week, a live stream. So I have two microphones going into an interface, and I just had the camera set at an angle. So we were actually sitting right here behind me. When I do live video chats, when I do live streams like that, I'll have someone call in. I use Skype for the longest time. Actually, I still use Skype, because it has the best audio and video quality, and they use NDI. Which, if you don't know what NDI is, it's really cool, but too much for one live stream. But yeah, that's how I do it. Scott Haviland, always good to see you, man. Says, I think it'd be cool for me to bring my dad back on and talk about VMware again. Maybe go over the certification paths as well. Yeah, VMware is a big thing. I need to bring him back on. He'd be encouraged to hear that, so I'll need to bring him back on. Dejant, okay, I'm not going to answer any more spam. This is the last one I'm going to do. Can I create a video on Snort? Maybe. I don't know. It's not really on my my radar right now. Great question from, where'd it go? Mudasir. Does one need to be an expert in any area to make good content? No. You think I'm an expert? I'm not. A lot of people will agree with that, especially people on Reddit. No, you don't have to become an expert to make good content. The secret to making good content is just learning. Actually, I think being an expert is a disadvantage to making good content, because you forget how it feels to first learn that whatever it is. Like for me, making CCNA content is a bit hard, not because I'm like a crazy expert, but just because I've been doing it for so long and I've forgotten what it feels like to go through the basics again. So like learning hacking, I think I have a huge advantage in coming at making hacking videos because I'm a noob. I'm learning it, and I know exactly how it feels to learn it. So it helps me explain it better because I'm explaining it not just for you but for myself. So yeah, it's a huge encouragement for people who think they have to be like a CCIE before they start making Cisco videos. No, make a Cisco video tomorrow. Pick a topic, study it today, and start creating content for it tomorrow. Like seriously, that's what you should do. I think that makes better instructors. A big industry secret is that the majority of instructors who do this full time are not experts. They're not. It's impossible to be, because most instructors who've been doing this for full time for a while haven't had a real in the field job for a long time, and they're probably teaching on technology they never used in the field. People who are teaching on the cloud, people who are teaching, like a lot of instructors at a lot of companies, they're not experts. They learned it yesterday and they're teaching on it today. They're just good at explaining things. They've gained that skill. There's a huge difference. In fact, I would argue that people who are really, really good and they're really have an expertise in something probably wouldn't be the best instructors. They would not be. You'll find that they're very, very boring because they think they're exciting. They think what they're talking about is great because they've been doing it for so long. They love the detailed aspects of everything they're talking about, but they don't realize how boring they are to just random, regular people. You can notice that. I want to check and make sure I don't miss any super chats real quick. I want to make sure my stream's still up because I just kind of look at the camera and don't look at my monitor here. Cool, everyone's here and hanging out. All right, I'm going to check the super chats real quick. Pulling it up now. Spencer Coleman, I'm going to throw you up real quick. Thank you for the super chat. All right, let's read it. Not IT related, but what beard products do you use? How often do you trim or shape your beard? I found out a beard is not grown but built. You're right. I actually just trimmed my beard this morning. Not a full trim, just kind of random. I probably trim it once every 2 weeks. You'll notice when I haven't trimmed it in a while, it looks really bushy and kind of crappy. I don't really use any special beard products, honestly. I use the same shampoo for my hair on here as my beard, and I buy whatever beard oil is at Target. And I tell my wife to get it. So I'm not really a beard aficionado. I'm just blessed with the beard. Let me pull up another super chat here. Looks like this has been spammed a bit, but you super chatted, so I'm going to forgive you. Michael, thank you for the super chat. Let me throw it up here real quick. I'm in my last year of high school taking cybersecurity in school, getting my CCNA and EC Council certs and Palo Alto Firewall cert. Any advice? You're in your last year of high school? You're taking cybersecurity in school. So let me understand this. You're taking cybersecurity in high school right now? First of all, you're a jerk, because that's amazing. I never had that opportunity. If you're in high school and your school offers any type of IT training, jump on that. It's better than so many things you can go for. Better than college. It's the best thing in the world. Hold on, I need some water. Yeah. So any advice? It looks like you're getting a bit cert heavy. If you're going for CCNA, then EC Council certs. And if they're paying for EC Council certs, man, jump on those. Those are not cheap. Then jumping at Palo Alto Firewall certifications, I would maybe pump the brakes on that a bit, because unless you have a job lined up and you have a company who wants you to have that, having a Palo Alto Firewall certification won't really do much for entry level in a lot of cases. I would focus on the getting the job part first. Focus on that heavily. Just going to refresh the page here real quick. I told my wife I would be quick, but I'm probably not going to be quick. So you guys are posting some good questions today. I mean, you always do, but I'm actually interested today. Let's see. Hunter Martin. I apologize, I'm not going through these in order. I just kind of find them randomly. He says, wanted to ask what certs you would recommend for someone trying to get into the cybersecurity, or we plan on getting into it. I think Security Plus is one of those certs you want to have no matter where you're going with cybersecurity. If you find that you don't like security, you want to dive deeper into maybe cloud or networking or whatever, Security Plus is one of those first certifications you want to look at and probably get. After that, cybersecurity can go one of two ways, right? Like there's cybersecurity specific certifications like the CyberOps on Cisco stuff. I think CompTIA has a few. You got CEH certifications if you want to go pen testing. So it's one of those things where you have a few paths. You can be a pen tester, right? You can be an ethical hacker, and that's your job. Cybersecurity is a bit different. So, honestly, I don't know how to answer that question because it's kind of a random field. I think if you went Cisco and got some like the CyberOps certification, the CCNA CyberOps, which is one of the very few associate level specific certifications left, or the only one left, that would probably be a good one, a really good one. So I would look at that one after Security Plus. All right, let's get a few here. Chad said, most cybersecurity don't need a GPU. A Pi with Kali on it would be more than enough. Yeah, legit. Unless you're going to be doing some serious password hacking or password cracking, like I showed in my last video. If you're going to do some serious stuff and try to break some hashes, you're going to need a crazy GPU. C. Besner said, anything about Kubernetes? Yeah, if you are anywhere near or even thinking about doing Kubernetes and you're in a position where you could possibly be asked about it or use it, learn it. Especially in a cloud environment, DevOps, it's becoming very popular, or is already popular. It's just a matter of is your company going to use it? All right, I got a super chat here from Jean or Jean. I'm going to pull it up here real quick. Thank you for the super chat. And let's see. Oh, it almost went away. Where'd it go? Okay, there it is. How likely would it be to land a network engineer position with 7 months of entry-level networking experience in a CCNA? I live in New York. 7 months is pretty good. And when you say entry-level networking, that can mean a lot of things, right? It could mean that you were working on a NOC, in a network operations center, and you're sitting at a desk and you're responding to incidents, and maybe you weren't really doing anything networking related, and you're just kind of clicking buttons and answering phone calls. Maybe it was more help desk. But if you're actually getting into the CLI and handling escalated networking tickets, I think you have a pretty good chance of landing a network engineering job. Now, I wouldn't go searching for network engineer. Those are typically the jobs that are higher up. I would search for a network admin. Probably have better luck at finding a job in that realm and that level. But yeah, I think that would be fine. I get jobs, or I don't get jobs. I get recruiters calling me all the time about jobs in New York. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunity there. Yeah, 7 months with CCNA, I'd say a pretty good chance. Yeah, I almost made a switch after about that same amount of time, around 7 months of experience. I almost made a job jump, but I decided to stay. So yeah, I say you're golden. And it also comes down to, are you looking to just kind of make a change, leave your current job, or are you like, you don't have a job and you have 7 months experience? It depends. All right, let's see. Cyber Rat, thank you for the super chat. I'm going to throw you up real quick. All right. Where'd it go? Hello, you would think about doing the NCL, the National Cyber League competition here, and the nationalcyberleague.org helps with hacking skills. You know, I don't know what that is. Cyber League. Sounds fun. Most inclusive, performance-based, learning-centered, collegiate cybersecurity competition today. So kind of like a massive CTF is what it kind of seems like, right? Sounds fun. I don't know if I would do something like that, but I need to look into it. I know that there's so many like things in the hacking realm where it's competition-based, CTFs, and like that's really fun stuff. Got a super chat from, what was it? D5DD. Gonna throw it up here real quick. Ran away. Where'd it go? There it is. Thank you for the super chat. It says, love what you do for the community. Keep it up. What do you recommend when you lose motivation? I was into Security Plus and was studying for a while, and now I've lost my motivation. That's a great question, because it almost happened to me today, and I'll tell you what I did. And this is what you should do, and this has happened to me a lot over time. And I've made a few videos on this, but I'll go and answer it now. Before you set out to like study for something, especially if you have a full load, like you have a family, you have a full-time job that's maybe not IT related, and you're trying to study for something and change your career, change your life, that's hard. Before you decide to study for that certification and start the process, find your why. Figure out why you're doing that. What's the big reason that you're going to stay up late at night and studying, or you're going to maybe not spend time with family that day, or say no to hanging out with your friends? Like, it's going to be a lot of saying no and prioritizing yourself and your motivations. What's the reason you're doing that? Is it because you want a better life for your family? Is it because you want a better career for yourself? Gosh, I mean, it could be a number of reasons, but it has to be a big reason, a good reason for you. And just write that sucker down, put it somewhere, have it as your background. I mean, I always mention this guy, but the Cisco Panther, Ernest, had him on the channel, and he talked about one of his motivations. I mean, obviously he wanted a better life for his family, and he wanted to do all that, but he had a motivation to buy a Mercedes-Benz. Like that was what he wanted to do. So he had that Mercedes-Benz as a desktop wallpaper on his computer, and that was his goal. At the time of the interview, he didn't have it yet. But he was talking about what he was doing, and he was motivated. Now he does have it now. He succeeded. He met his goal. So yeah, decide that why. What is your why? Because motivation comes and goes. You can't depend on that. You have to have that big why. So when you wake up, tomorrow and you're like, gosh, I don't feel like studying. Is it Security Plus? I don't feel like doing this. It's stupid. It's pointless. I would just get that why down pat. And I understand, like, sometimes your why doesn't seem that important that day. I get that. That can sometimes happen. What I would often do, too, is start looking at other jobs. Like, start job searching and see what a Security Plus or certifications beyond that might get you. And that kind of fired me up a bit. Like, when job searching, there's a network engineer position in Disneyland. That sounds pretty cool. I would love to do that. That sounds really fun. So that would kind of motivate me. And then the other part is I would try to remove the motivation factor as much as I could. You can't depend on motivation because, again, it comes and goes. Motivation's great when you're motivated, right? Like when you're studying and you're motivated, nothing can stop you except tomorrow when you're not, right? You can't depend on that. So what you need to do is kind of hack yourself. And I talked about this maybe a couple weeks ago, but read this book. There's a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. I made a video about it a while back, but it's all about developing habits and removing kind of the effort of having to make those decisions to get those habits in place. So, for example, if you had to come home every day and just decide, like, okay, I need to study, and you have to go through the process of getting your book set up, you have to go find a place to study, you have to boot your computer up, you have to find your labs, like do all these random things to get started, and there's a lot of barriers maybe. You don't have a quiet place. You have to go tell your wife or your friends, like, okay, I can't come out tonight. I have to study. You got all these things that are keeping you from studying, and they could trip you up, right? Like you could say, "Oh, hey, bud, I can't study tonight, or I can't go out tonight. I have to study," and they might convince you to go out. They might not care about what you're doing because they don't know your goal or your why, and suddenly you're out partying or whatever, and you're not studying. So you want to do your best to remove those obstacles. So what I would do is like maybe communicate with your spouse, your kids, your friends. Say, "Hey, I've got a goal. I'm going to get certified. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to change my career. So can we make a kind of a decision together? Can we make a contract? Can I confide in you and give you my goal? I'm doing this. So I'm sorry I can't hang out with you for a while because I'm going to be studying. Can you hold me accountable? When you get home, make sure your computer's there. Make sure you have a place to study. Set a time and a place. Every day when you get home, it's right there. Your book's already open. You got your bookmark there. You got your labs already spun. Like whatever you have to do to eliminate those boundaries. My kid just screamed. I hope you didn't hear that. So that's what I would do. Don't find your why. Determine your why so that motivation can be filled up again. But then try to not depend on that motivation. Remove as many barriers as you can to just walk into studying. And then Pomodoro. I would look that up. I've been answering this question too long. All right, I want to check the super chats real quick. Sounds like my wife needs help in there, so I'll probably have to end this pretty soon. George Rees. So I may have missed your chat earlier. Thank you for the super chat once again. I'm going to throw that up here real quick. All right. What did George have to say here? Hey, Chuck, just completed my... Oh, did I throw it up there? Make sure I did that. Cool. Where did it go? Okay. Seriously, I'm about to lose it. Okay, here we go. Hey, Chuck, just completed my associates in computer information systems, I think, and planning on CCNA now. I know you were in CBT, but lately you mentioned IT Pro TV. Which one do you recommend? So, it's tough because I love both companies. For me, it's a matter of what can you afford? Because I think right now, you can find great training at whatever price level you want it to be. If you want to pay $60 for CBT Nuggets, you'll get good training. You will. If you want to pay, I think you can pay like $20 with my discount code for IT Pro TV. You'll also get great training. So do you want to pay 60 or 20? I will say that I probably like CBT's training better for the CCNA, not just because I'm on it, because I think I like that style a bit better. But it comes down to, I don't think it really matters what training you use. You can do well. It's all about your motivation, your perseverance. You can find free training. You can find free resources everywhere. So it's about what you can afford. Do I think CBT is great? Yes, I do. And if you have $60 a month to spend, go for it. You will love it. But you will also love IT Pro TV. You'll also love Pluralsight. You'll love LinkedIn Learning. You'll love buying a course on Udemy, David Bombal. You'll love Kevin Wall. You'll love all these people. It's just a matter of how much money you want to spend. And also, people are different. Some people love my training style. Some people hate it. It's not a one-size-fits-all. It really isn't. Some people love David Bombal's training style. Some people hate it. It just depends. So I think training is part of what I'm doing here, on YouTube. I think training is kind of changing a bit. I think this kind of information, CCNA training, any kind of IT training, I think the barrier to entry is becoming a bit lower. My goal is to make that barrier lower. I want to bring as much great training to you at a lower cost as I can. Part of the reason I left CBC, I think it's too expensive. Honestly, I think it is. That's why I left. I don't want everything I was making to be behind that massive paywall. I want it to be more easily available to people like you. I want to put more stuff on YouTube. I want to make cheaper courses that are on Udemy that you can, instead of paying $60 a month, you can pay $10 one time, and it's yours forever. Like, that's a lot better. It's a lot better. So yeah, I can go on forever about that, but I'm not loyal to any company right now. I'm loyal to what's best for you. Sure, I'm getting paid by IT Pro TV to do sponsored videos. Yes, but I'm free to say whatever I want. I can. And I think their training's great. But there's also other great training out there too. So I think it's, to answer your question, I'm just going to sum it up. If you don't want to spend $60 a month at CBT, IT Pro TV is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I would also say never use one source. So use me on YouTube to supplement. Use Jeremy's IT Lab. Use David Bombal. I mean, use every resource you can. Diego Go. Thank you for the super chat. I'll throw you up real quick here. How do you organize your time to study and learn, to make your videos and have time with your family? Really admire you for that. Greetings from Mexico. So that would have to be another video. I'll be honest, I struggle with this. So I'm like getting heartburn or something. I don't know. I had pizza earlier. This is something I struggle with because it is hard to balance a large family, which it's getting larger by the day, and doing YouTube. I'll tell you, I'm blessed because a lot of my studying is directly tied to my job, which I consider my job what I'm doing here. So when I'm studying hacking, it's normally I'm researching and developing a script and a lab for a video, and that's my study time. That's what I'm doing. So that's how I balance it. I know for a lot of people that's not an option, right? Like, you have to go do your job, which may be totally unrelated to what you do in study time. But yeah, that's how I kind of manage. I try to manage what I study to be directly related to what I'm doing on YouTube. I try not to study something that will not equal a video. That's kind of how I can't just decide one day I want to study JavaScript or Java or whatever and not make a video on that. That's not a good use of my time. I'm always going to study something that I can make a video that you'll care about. That's my job. That's what I'm doing. And as far as family time, honestly, I do struggle with that. Sometimes I'll work well into the evening and I'm like, oh, crap, like I need to spend time with my family. So I've been working on doing hard cutoffs. Like, I have to just stop working at 5 or 6 or 7, like whatever. Cutoff, done. Go hang out with them. This video, I can edit it tomorrow. That's often why you'll see that I'm like, okay, CCNA video every week. It's not easy making videos. It's not. Sure, I could like not do anything fun on the video and just, okay, it's spanning tree protocol. It's established in 1940. Like, I could just pump it out, right? That's not what I do. So it takes time, it takes energy, and it takes a lot. So I try to balance all that, and that's often why you'll see me not posting as many videos as I want to or commit to, because I'm trying to balance all the time and commitments I have. I'm getting better though. So I will say this: I'm getting more organized. And once I do figure things out to where I feel like it's in a good place, I'll make a video about it, because it is something I think people struggle with in general. All right, got some super chats coming in. Got that panda looking thing from last week. Appreciate the super chat. I'm not sure people can see that, but it's a funny looking logo. Thank you, Chuck, for your videos. Help me basically every day, and you always inspire me to keep learning before I enter the industry. So glad I can help, seriously. That's all I want to do here is... like that, again, that's why I left my other job, is because a lot of the things I was making wasn't like going out and people weren't watching it. It wasn't helping people immediately, and that's what I wanted to happen. So this is what I love doing. I want to post a video and know that someone's going to be able to watch it for free immediately and be blessed by it. That's what I'm hoping. And I know that not every one of my videos is helpful or whatever, but I'm hoping most of them are. I know a lot of my videos are like, learn this right now. keep in mind, I'm mostly joking in a lot of cases. But keep in mind too that I could be talking to you and you need to learn that right now. It's not a one shoe fits all, but you could need to learn that right now. I got a super chat from Ifyatu. Thank you, sir. Always good to see you. Said congrats, baby number 5 on the way. Yes. So in case you missed it, I am expecting baby number 5 here very soon, or not very soon. We just found out. So next year. I have 4 girls, hoping on number 5 to be a boy. If it's a girl, of course I'll be perfectly okay with that. But I do want to mix it up. I'm outnumbered like crazy. Got a super chat from Nabil. Throw it up here real quick. I'm starting to fade. You'll notice I start to fade after a while. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's awesome. Just want to say thank you. You helped me. You helped inspire me to get my CCNA and take an internship at Cisco Meraki. So cool. That's amazing. So congrats on CCNA and congrats on the internship at Meraki. Meraki's a cool company. I was gonna do a video with them it was like last year or so, talking about these jobs they have. And that may have been one of the jobs you actually got. That's awesome. Getting a job at Cisco in any capacity is a super win. It's one of my goals for the longest time. I never did do it, but that's amazing. So thanks for the super chat. All right, I'm just going to check a few things in the chat. Again, I apologize if I miss you or anything. A lot of people chatting. It's hard to keep up. I really do need to find someone to help me with this. But I'm too independent and too lazy. Let's see. So, Elijah Haraja, I hope I butchered your name, I'm sorry. How hard is it to make YouTube video and job simultaneously? It was hard. It was legit hard. So I've been doing YouTube for a bit. And when I first started, I was a full-time engineer. And I didn't make many videos. If you look back at my time, I made maybe one video every 2 weeks, maybe once a month. And yeah, the answer is it's not easy, because often my job would just completely obliterate all my energy. Plus I'm trying to study, plus family, plus my 30 to 45 minute commute each way. Killed me. And then it became harder, I think, when I was working for CBT Nuggets, because I'm trying to create a lot of videos for a course while balancing creating videos for YouTube, and I can't create the same content. That was really hard. So now I'm in a place now to where I try to make sure that YouTube's my first thing. Whatever course content I'm making, it's going to be a YouTube video as well. But yeah, I'm not going to lie. If you're looking at jumping into YouTube, which I would tell anyone to do that, not to have the goal of becoming a YouTuber. I didn't plan on being like a YouTube. I guess you would call me a YouTuber, right? It wasn't my goal. My goal was just to create great content. So now that's what I'm doing. I'm a YouTuber now. But you should do it just to help people. And good things come from that. It will. I promise you. And some of the benefits of doing YouTube and stuff like this is just that you help the community. And when you help people, people end up helping you. It just happens that way, right? And opportunities will open up. You'll have more networking opportunities. So you'll only win. So the effort and the time is totally worth it. But again, it all comes down to your why. Should you be doing that based on what your goals are? Maybe not. Maybe your goals are, maybe you've already reached your goals. I don't know. It just depends. It depends. Because I'm not going to lie to you. It takes a tremendous amount of time and effort to produce videos like this. It does. It really does. It's not for the faint-hearted. I remember, I give my wife a hard time about this all the time, but I remember I was super ambitious. Like I wanted to make this work. I believed that this could be something cool. And back then I had like a couple hundred subscribers. And making a video meant I got like maybe a couple hundred views if I got lucky. But I believed it was something that was worth it. And I remember my wife giving me so much crap about spending so much time doing it. It was a waste of time. Of course, I throw that in her face now. I'm like, see, I told you it'd pay off eventually. But yeah, you're going to have those times where it's rough. It won't pay off for a long time. I remember hitting all my milestones, hitting 1,000 subscribers. Like back then, like that was huge for me. I remember telling everyone I was so happy. And now I'm getting, over 1,000 a day. But back then that was something. So it takes a tremendous amount of effort. It takes failing. It takes so much. And then that's everything. That's everything in life, right? Whatever job you have, if it's IT related, whatever, you're going to hit walls and barriers. And YouTube is one of those things where it kind of has a bad rap in that everybody is trying to become a YouTuber. Every young person is trying to become a YouTuber. But there's tremendous opportunity for everyone, for whatever age you're at. I got a few super chats here real quick. Alexander. Let me throw it up here real quick. Thank you for the super chat. Just want to say hi from Brazil. Is that what you? Oh yeah, Rio de Janeiro. Very cool. I want to go down there so bad. I'm really hoping that things cool down a bit very soon and travel opens up, because I just want to come see everyone, have events, or just visit. Man. Carlos Pena, thank you for the super chat. Or Pina. Interview Josh Duffney. Check LinkedIn comments. Never heard of him. Let me jot that down. Where's my pen? That was my notebook falling. Good thing I got two. I'll use my other one. Josh Duffney. All right. I'll put a pin in that. Thank you for the super chat. All right. I'm going to do a few more here. Oh, it's already 8 o'clock my time. Okay, I need to hurry up. Thank you. I think it's Ionut. Thank you for the super chat. He said, "Hello, Chuck. Love your videos. I'm studying for my CCNA now, and your videos really help. Salut from Romania." Romania. Awesome. I almost went to Romania. In fact, we wanted to go so bad. We were in Hungary, Bucharest, and we were going to make our way to... No, I'm sorry. We were in Bucharest. We were in Budapest. And we were going to make our way to Romania. We never did, though. We actually came home. But, yeah, congrats on the CCNA. Or congrats on studying for the CCNA. I wish you all the luck on that. I'm starting to fade because I can't even talk right now. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I appreciate you looking at my studio if you care at all about it. I'm going to go and end this right now. Yeah, that's all I got tonight, guys. Well, I asked you today on Twitter, on Facebook and LinkedIn, what should we talk about in the live stream tonight? And you gave me a ton of things to talk about. One person asked about the studio, so I'm like, hey, that could be fun. Let's do that. But there's a lot of other topics I want to cover. So we'll be doing more topics each week as we tackle this live stream. And, of course, I'm going to have some stuff coming out on the channel throughout the week. So I'll be covering the CCNA course, hacking stuff, and just a ton of stuff coming down the pipe. And legit, I'll be doing it as I get better at time management. So I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for encouraging me and encouraging the community and keeping everyone inspired and motivated. I appreciate that because you're helping make this happen. If you're one of my members, you guys are amazing. Thank you for supporting me. You're helping me do this. Like this is my dream, to be able to do this full time and not have to worry about doing a random million things to make this work. So being able to do this is amazing. So thank you for helping me do this. And yeah, that's about it, guys. I appreciate all of you. And now I'll catch you next time. All right, here's that post-credit scene that all of you look forward to. I appreciate you staying until after because you will win something right now. You're going to win a free bag of coffee, a $20 gift card to NetworkChuck.coffee because I sell coffee for some reason. I'm giving a gift card code right now. So get to that store, NetworkChuck.coffee. Get your stuff in the cart because I'm going quick. Here it comes. You ready? Going to write it down. Ready for this? So I'm writing the code down now. ACE 3. It's going to take a long time. 8D 56 6 FF8. Yeah, that's right. That's what we have so far. And then BC8. Everyone got it so far? You ready? You ready? Last digit. 7. Get you a $20 gift card. First one to use it gets it, and I'll post it into the chat right now. So it's there. So go ahead and use it. First person to get it wins. Appreciate you guys. Catch y'all later.